General reading for the week of August 10th. I'm going to do a reading from my oracle cards, and then we're going to follow it up with tarot, and then we're going to do a final message from the universe from our Ascended Masters card. So let's get started, all signs. Maybe this tarot is for you. You know, maybe some of you have had a breakup with someone that you care about very much. And the cards are saying that the endings aren't always endings. Sometimes it's a pause. Sometimes you need a break. Coincidences aren't necessarily really coincidences. Maybe they're prearranged by our higher selves. And things aren't always what they appear. Things are not always black and white. Why don't you tell them your feelings? You know, someone told me once, if there's a next life, then I'll tell you how I feel. Why don't you do it now? You don't know where you're going to be in your next life, if that's a thing. How do you know you're going to meet that person? Why don't you open up your heart and just say how you really feel? Some people think that life is a test. It's a succession of lessons. What if that isn't the case? What if there are no right answers? Maybe it's a little bit more complicated than that. Because when two people are in a relationship, whatever relationship that is, us is more important than you and I. It's a relationship's a sacrifice. A relationship is a sacrifice of the I for the we, because you should be a team. And this could be good friendships, romantic partners, you name it. But the two dedicated together is the one. This person that we're looking at here has a secret they want to tell you, and they're afraid to. Maybe it's just their actual real feelings. Maybe they won't want to be vulnerable. And I'll tell you, all you have to hear is, I'll stay. Please don't go. People get put in some interesting situations. Fate brings you together. So why won't it let you be together? Maybe there's a little bit more complicated reason. But I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of people out there that are in relationships and situationships, or whatever you want to call them, that are so intense, it can be unnerving, even to the ones involved. I think this is more the other person. They try to let you go. They even thought about other people. But there's no one like you. You cannot be replaced. And sometimes you sit alone at night and you wonder if they're even thinking about you. They are. Why does this person shield their emotions and act so uninterested in front of you? You know, it's interesting. Love isn't about possession. Love is about the experience. The more you hold on to somebody, the harder it is to keep them. But did it occur to you that maybe the answer you seek are within yourself too? But I'll tell you what, for those of you that have doubt, maybe that's your answer, I don't know. Maybe just the question itself is the important thing here. But in the end, both you and your other person value each other more than anybody else. No matter what happens, there's never going to be another you, and they know it. You know, when I was young, I used to refer to that kind of situation as the agony and ecstasy of young love, because it can be so gut-wrenching, can't it? But time has taught me the hard way. You don't have to just be young. Sometimes you meet the one later in life, and sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. I've seen this happen to people I know, and it's just heartbreaking. It doesn't matter what age you are. Okay, let's take a look at the tarot and see what else we can find out here. Yeah, it's time to end things. All the bickering, the clashes, they're at an end. You've both taken a break, and you're revisiting all the good things, and you remember why you fell for each other to start with. And I don't know, what I'm seeing here is it wasn't just a falling for each other. It was like that. You just knew. But in the end, we sabotage our own selves, don't we? We overthink. We get scared. What a shame it is to waste so much happiness simply by waiting. But you have come into your own, and you've grown from this. And you've developed into quite a powerful person within. Self-awareness, and you have strength you didn't know you had. But like I just said, there's a lot of delay here, and what a shame, because none of us, no matter how old we are, know how much time we have left. You should grab that ring while you can. The universe says that they want you to. There's going to be a lot of obstacles, but it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You could live in the same town. You could live in the same country. You could even live on opposite ends of the world. There's going to be obstacles that have to be overcome. But you have both the power and the will to make this happen. But you really, really need to be dedicated to the process. Because if you don't, you're going to suffer from exhaustion, fatigue. This is where loyalty comes in. If you are committed to each other, you can do it. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of pain. The insecurities, you have each other. Talk to each other, communicate. And in the end, you can overcome all doubt, all emotions, and be together. It's all right there for you. So let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say, okay? Okay. Basically, this is balance. Going within, finding a balance between the male, masculine, and feminine energies within to becoming one. This is where you find your inner strength. I hope this helps, and we'll see you next time.